Hey and welcome back to this video. We'll now be discussing some more about the space, and then other videos we will be discussing about the space exploration. I'm hoping that you are doing really well. You are smiling, you are having a good meal, you are resting, and you are watching these videos with a little bit of attempt and not too much of pressure. I hope one day we'll all smile and have a good life that we always dreamt of. So, keeping all the negativity aside, let's jump into the topic. So, question: are there snowballs in the space? Well, yes, comets are balls of ice and rock. So, what are comets? If sometimes we have heard about the Big Bang Theory and other things. One of the important ways that water reached on Earth was through comets, because comets are, they're balls of ice and rock. So, when they clash on some planet, they bring a lot of water with them, and that's how life begins to form on that particular planet. So this is an important thing. They go whizzing through the solar system, leaving behind a glowing tail of gas. As a comet gets closer to the sun, it gets hotter and its tail becomes longer. Some comets even grow a second tail. In the past, the arrival of a comet was thought to be a magical event. So you would have seen that, some kind of like a shooting star that we see. So a white kind of image get forms in the sky, and it's all dust and smoke. So that's when a comet enters the Earth's atmosphere. Or we can see them, going through the universe, and we see as it goes towards the sun, it gets the tail gets longer, and even sometime it can split into two tails also. So I will repeat again. Comets are the balls of ice and rock. They go whizzing through the solar system, leaving behind a glowing tail of gas. As a comet gets closer to the sun, it gets hotter and its tail becomes longer. So they have a lot of ice and rock, but when they go towards the sun in a whizzing speed, they get hotter and the tail grows longer. It can also split. Yes, some comets even grow a second tail. In the past, the arrival of a comet was thought to be a magical event. We can tell when comets will come back. Some comets follow a regular course, so we know exactly when we'll see next them. When we'll see them again, Halley's comet will next fly past the Earth in 2061. So you can look, if you live as long as 2061, then you can, even after the climate change, then you can hope to see the 2061 Halley's comet, because some of the comets do follow a certain route, and we can predict when they'll be coming back. So 2061, okay, mark that in your calendar. Are there any other planets? Well, there are lots of minor planets known as asteroids. So even asteroids are minor planets. So okay, they are minor planets in our solar system. About 3500 of these lumps of space rock are orbiting the sun. So there are many, about 3500 they say. Asteroids weigh the same as the Earth. Do you think so? Well, no. Even if all the asteroids in the solar system were lumped together, the Earth would still weigh more than 1,000 times as much. So asteroids are much lighter than Earth. Okay. What is a shooting star? A shooting star or a meteor happens when a tiny space rock called meteoroid enters Earth's atmosphere and burns up. Meteor showers happen when our planet passes through a group of meteoroids. So meteoroids are what? They're tiny space rocks. These are meteoroids. Okay, these are meteoroids. So as long as something is staying in the space, it's called meteoroids or it's called asteroids, because it is in the space. But when it enters Earth's atmosphere, so we have an atmosphere of Earth, right? So when it enters the atmosphere, it's called a meteor, okay, or a shooting star. And when too many meteors are entering, then it's called a meteor shower. And when the Earth is passing through a space in the universe where there are a lot of meteoroids, and when they go through the Earth's atmosphere, they burn, because the atmosphere puts pressure on them, and they are entering with a lot of force, so there's a lot of friction. So they burn and they look like something is burning. So it looks like a streak of light. So it looks something like this, you have seen it. it happens. Like these are called shooting stars. So these are the meteoroids. So remember, if when it is in the space, it's called a meteoroid. When it enters the atmosphere, it becomes a meteor. Okay, now that's it. In the next video, we'll be discussing the quick quiz that we have. Until then, please revise all these videos. I hope to see you in the next session soon. Take care.